Weakness to warrior mindset. It's a work in progress. Trying to get to the point where I can get down smoke on the water on the ukulele, and then in mid frickin' tune, jump over to the harmonica and play it on the harmonica, and then jump back to the frickin' ukulele. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to do. Sorta. I'm not gonna get one of them stupid freaking. I know if you put in the comments, get one of them stupid mouthpieces, you can just go. No, I don't fucking think so. That ain't happening. No, I'm not gonna look like some goddamn fucking, you know, Charlie in the Chocolate Factory kid with that big stupid mouthpiece on. That ain't happening in my world. No, nah, not for this guy. Again, I ain't looking like a jackass. So I'm back with, smell good, the way you smell. So the way your body is, the how aesthetic you look, as far as your six pack, your broad shoulders, your V taper, you're filling out your clothes, you got some muscle, you got a nice good shirt on, you got a nice pair of pants, you got some accessories on, you got, maybe a sterling silver freaking necklace, you got a sterling silver watch, you got a belt on with a sterling silver buckle, then you got maybe a pair of black boots and a black belt. That way your boots match your belt. Or like sometimes I like to go out in like logger boots with a brown logger boots that are threaded, and then I have a nice brown belt that's threaded so that my boots match my freaking belt. You have a nice freaking, good fitting pair of jeans, a nice freaking shirt on. And then you have your face, you've been taking care of your face. You've got your creams on, you got your de-wrinkler, you got all that stuff on your face. You've gotten your teeth white, you're brushing your teeth, you're whitening your teeth, you're doing all these things. And then the next layer on top of that cake is the way you smell. Yes, the way you smell. You could be all put together and smell like ass. Or you could smell like a freaking, possum's armpit or some shit like that. Trust me, the quickest way to turn a woman off is to look good and smell like BO. Like, trust me. That if you miss that, then you're obviously retarded and you don't shower. So you got to have the whole package. So me personally, I use Everyman Jack. It's an antiperspirant, 48-hour odor and wetness protection. Why you need 48 hours? If you're not showering, especially after going out and do manly stuff and at the gym, there ain't no helping you with this stuff. You might as well rub it on underneath your nose so that way you don't smell your ass and smell your armpits. I mean, like, really. But this is mountain air. I don't know how they capture mountain air and make it smell, because it sure as hell don't smell like mountain air. Usually I put this on right after I shower. That way it's up in there, my pores are open, and I cake it on there. Nowadays they make them to where they don't show white stains, so it goes on pretty clear, goes on pretty smooth, smells pretty good, and lasts all day long. you know, well into the night. So last thing you want to do is you want to be on top of somebody, mount them, and you got stinky armpits. Best. And then I got a sampler pack here from Tiege Handley. It's some fragrances and the toilet water. How they came up with toilet water, I don't know. Like, what the hell smells like toilet water? But that's the French, you know. I don't know why. I'm glad we went with cologne or, you know, other things than eau de la toilette water. You know. And no, I'm not trying to learn French. So, you know, about as much French as I get is French bread or French fries. Right? I don't even French fries, so. But anyways, what I got here is a fragrance called Legend. It's got a nice smell. You know, typically what a cologne should smell like. If you want to go out smelling like a legend, put this on. The tip for this is you also put this on right after you get out of the bath or the tub or the shower, whichever you want to do, whichever you do. You know, pat down, pat dry. The key is to put it on as soon as you get out of the bathtub, but also the key is to get some Vaseline and put a little on your collarbones and then spray this on the Vaseline. Vaseline does not really have any smell, but what it does is the droplets get embedded into the Vaseline, which gives off the scent, which allows it to last even longer. If you're not comfortable with Vaseline, you just put it on as soon as you get out of the shower. Your pores are open. You know, as soon as the pores close, it'll be trapped in your pores. And then as you get a little bit warm, you know, it'll release the scent and make it on. You don't want it too strong. You don't want to freaking be like freaking Pepe Le Pew. And then you stinking them up looking good, but then you smell like a freaking cologne factory. So you can get this for sampler pack. Last a while if you're not using it all the time. If you're not going out, you know, especially you don't need to use it in the gym. Like, I don't go to the gym to smell good. I go to the gym to freaking work out. That's what gyms are for. If you smell sweat, I'm sorry. If you're not smelling sweat, then obviously you're not doing right. You're not getting your freaking, you're not getting your workout done correctly. You're not being very intense if you're not sweating. So that's the Legend. They're great names though. You got one that's called the King. Go out smelling like a king and not Burger King. You got one that smells like Rebel. And then you got one that smells like Hero. You want to be my hero? I need a hero. That's right. And then last one, Villain. This one has a little pungent. It's got a little hint of tobacco and some, you know, other stuff in it. I would buy this and then cycle through and see which ones you get the best results out of, and then just buy the bigger bottle. Or you could just spend a lot of money and buy all freaking 5 big bottles. That way you have it for a while. But for economical reasons and, you know, do the sampler pack through Tiege Handley. These things go a long way. All these tips and tricks I'm giving you is to help you become a better man, to be a more attractive man, and to be a well-rounded man. To gain that respect that you deserve, that you want, and that you're ultimately going to get if you continue to follow the steps I'm giving you. And the tips and tricks in the future that I'll be giving to you as far as how to get that aesthetic body and, you know, fashion. There's nothing more attractive to a woman than a man that dresses well. He knows how to coordinate, you know, freaking outfits. At first I thought, you know, years ago, I was just like, I don't give a fuck what people think about me. I still don't give a fuck what people think about me. But at least I'm moving toward a more well-rounded person to where I still don't give a fuck what people think about me. But hey, at least I'm fit. I smell good. My skin's nice and clean. It's nice and freaking moisturized. My teeth are white. I got good clothes on, good shoes. You know, I got a good outfit. I got a good body. And it's a true representative of what you put into yourself, how much respect, how much discipline, and how much dedication you put into yourself, because all the stuff that you put into yourself is going to reflect and is going to manifest outwards, and people are going to take notice. You're going to get noticed. If you feel invisible or you don't like being invisible, these are the steps to do it. I mean, you can go dress well, but if you're fat, it ain't going to matter. You can go smell good, but if you're fat, it ain't going to matter. You can have white teeth, but if you're out of shape, it ain't going to matter. Good skincare, well, I mean, you are hydrated with freaking goddamn linseed oil and freaking Burger King oil. I mean, about the only hydration you guys get is probably rubbing a cheeseburger patty on your face, but neither here nor there. But, you know, if that's the life you want to live, that's the life you want to live. But I'm only here to help men, you know, level up. I'm not here for pussies or wussies or people that don't have the balls or don't want to grow balls. So this channel is basically focused for men who want to get to that next level, who want to up their game, and who are tired of living in the past and being overlooked or being ignored or being ghosted or being rejected, or, you know, your girlfriend not respecting you, or you're getting into relationships you don't want to be in, but you're too pussy to get out of it because you don't have the necessary, you know, equipment as far as like aesthetics and all that to get another girl or be in abundance. You're pretty much, you know, in a scarcity mode. Pretty much, you know, you're thirsting. You know, once you start to control your mind and once you start to master yourself, then the sky's the limit, you know. Once you master when one masters his mind, he masters himself. And that's what you have to get to. That's where you need to get to if that's where you want to go. Continue to watch this page, watch this channel, and watch me grow. I mean, you can sit on the sidelines and watch and cheer me on and throw all kinds of shade and hate, because I know you're going to. Once I get to the point and all this stuff goes viral, you know, once the hate catches up to me and I'm at my, you know, transformation stage, I'm sure I'm going to get the hate. But I'm warning you now, it's all going to be natural. It's not going to be freaking gear. It's not going to be, you know, hormone replacement. It's not going to be freaking any of that crap. It's going to be 100% natural. Just by putting in the dedication, the hard work, and the motivation and the discipline. So with that, you can say I suck. I don't give a fuck. Weakness to warrior mindset. It was better the first go around, wasn't it?